Are you ready to grow one of the most nutrient and versatile leafy greens right in your own garden? Whether you're a beginner or an experienced gardener, growing kale is a breeze. In this video, we're going to take you through every step of growing kale from planting the seeds to harvesting fresh, vibrant leaves. Stick around for some tips on pest control, companion planting, and how to get the most of your kale harvest. In this video, you're going to learn all about kale. We're going to do an introduction to kale, kale varieties, preparing the soil, planting seeds, caring for your plants, and bonus tips. So if you want to learn all about kale, please keep watching. Thank you. The best way how to learn to grow kale is to buy seeds and plant them. And just keep doing this over and over until you become really confident in where and what kind of medium you want to grow and just doing the whole experience. So on the next video, I'm going to show you my recommendation for seeds. I recommend this 1 pound seed of kale from Amazon. The link will be in the bio, but it's the blue curled premier and red Russian kale seeds. The reason I recommend to buy a pound is you're going to make mistakes, you're going to kill them, they're going to dry out, you're going to make really rookie mistakes, and that's okay. That's how you learn. And after doing a pound of kale seeds, you're going to become an expert. You're going to know where kale grows the best on your property. You're going to know everything about kale. You're going to know how to germinate it. You're going to know how long it takes, everything. So if you want to buy a pound of kale seeds, 3 types, for $20, use my link in the description below. Thank you. Kale has been cultivated for thousands of years and is part of the cabbage family. Not only is it packed with vitamins A, C, and K, but it's also one of the easiest crops to grow in your home garden. Yay! It thrives in both cooler and warmer temperatures, making it versatile enough for most climates. Today we're going to show you how to grow kale from seed, care for your plants, and get multiple harvests. Before you start planting, you should know that there are several varieties of kale, each has its own unique characteristics. Here are the most popular types. Curly kale. Can you guess which one is in the picture? This is the most common variety you see in stores. It has a mildly bitter flavor and is great for salads and smoothies. Dinosaur kale. Known for its dark, blue-green leaves and slightly bitter taste, this variety is perfect for soups and stews. Red Russian kale. This one has purple tinged stems and tender leaves, making it great for sautéing or adding to fries. So the first one's curly kale, the last one is dinosaur kale, and red Russian kale is not listed here, but that's another kale in the middle. Kale loves rich, well-drained soil with plenty of organic matter. Start by choosing a sunny spot that gets at least 6 hours of sunlight a day. Kale can tolerate a bit of shade, but the more sun it gets, the faster it grows. Amend your soil with compost or well-rotted manure to ensure it's full of nutrients. Kale thrives in soil with a pH of 6 to 7, so you might want to test your soil first to make sure it's in the right range. Now that your soil is ready, let's talk about planting. You can start kale from seeds or buying seedlings from a nursery. If you're starting from seed, sow them about 1/4 inch deep, spaced 12 to 18 inches apart. If you're planting seedlings, make sure they have the same spacing so they have room to grow. Seedlings are best placed in early spring or late summer for a fall crop. Kale grows best in cooler weather, so if you're in a hot climate, consider starting seeds indoors 6 to 8 weeks before your last frost date. Kale is relatively low maintenance, but it still needs consistent care to thrive. Water your kale regularly, especially during dry periods, but avoid overwatering. Kale needs about 1 to 1.5 inches of water per week. Mulch around the base of the plants to help remain moisture and keep the roots cool. Fertilize your kale every few weeks with an organic fertilizer. Kale is a heavy feeder, so giving it nutrients will ensure lush and healthy leaves. Kale loves to be planted next to certain companions like beans, onions, and herbs like dill and chamomile. These plants help improve the growth of kale and repel pests. But watch out for common pests like aphids, cabbage worms, and flea beetles. Neem oil or introducing beneficial insects like ladybugs can help keep these pests at bay. For cabbage worms, you can use row covers to protect your plants. Kale is ready to harvest when the leaves are about the size of your hand. You can start harvesting as soon as 55 to 75 days after planting, depending on the variety. Harvest the outer leaves first and let the inner leaves continue to grow for a continuous supply. Just be careful not to cut the center bud so the plant keeps producing more leaves. If you treat your kale well, it will keep producing all season long. Kale is fantastic fresh, but it also preserves really well. You can blanch and freeze kale for use in soups, smoothies, or stir fries. Simply boil the leaves for 2 minutes, transfer to an ice bath, and then freeze in airtight bags. No garden? No problem. Kale grows really well in containers or even indoors with the right setup. Just make sure the container is at least 12 inches deep and place it in a sunny spot or under grow lights. You can harvest baby kale leaves within a few weeks of planting. If you notice yellowing leaves, your kale may be lacking nitrogen, so try adding a nitrogen-rich fertilizer. If your kale starts to bolt, meaning it sends up a flower stalk, it's likely too warm. But I like to let my kale go to bolt and produce these beautiful yellow flowers, and the bees come, and it really helps pollinators, and then I just get all of my kale seeds that way. So that's how I do the ever harvesting. Kale prefers cooler temperatures, so consider planting it early or later in the season for best results. Kale is one of the most versatile and nutritious vegetables you can grow in your garden. It's packed with vitamins and minerals, easy to care for, and can provide multiple harvests throughout the season. Whether you're growing it in the ground, in containers, or even indoors, kale is a great choice for any gardener. So get out there, buy some kale seeds, plant some kale, and enjoy the benefits of fresh, homegrown greens. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below with any questions. Happy gardening! And thank you for watching Garden Fun Times, where gardening is fun when you know what you're doing. Bye, guys.